unfair to whoever made you.
Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. Not even like sitting up. I'm slumping on a couch because this is how much I want to talk about this. But we gotta go. We gotta go there. So we are going to go to senior year of college and start a little bit into right after college. So, where do we begin? So I didn't drink, right, all of college until senior year. I went to New York, drank way too much one time, had a very bad experience there, cost me a lot of money, and so I didn't drink again for quite some time. So the one other thing that happened during college that really, really impacted me for a lot of years is that I fell deeply, madly, crazy, stupidly in love with a boy who was younger than me and not in the same state. He was from California and he was everything that I could want in a guy. He was athletic and sweet and loving and just, I could be my full self with him, my full self. And we would talk for hours and we would FaceTime and fall asleep on FaceTime together. And our love was just so, we were just so both equally in love. Now, granted, this guy is younger than me, right? So what do we, either of us know, right, about love at that point? But in our minds, it was everything. It was everything. It wasn't sexual. It was just talking together and doing life together from afar. And it was to me like a Jordan Sparks novel. Like it was The Notebook. It was everything. And even his parents liked me and knew about me. And when I came home, I did see him and he called me out on stuff I needed to be called out on. And then we kind of started fighting and it kind of got kind of bad. And it was the like, you're not wearing enough, or don't do that. That's not you. Why are you doing that? He saw baby Chelsea me and he loved that version of me. And he called me out when I was acting like someone I wasn't. And then life happened and he was gone. He didn't go to jail, but he went away and he could not contact me and I could not contact him. And I did write to him and I did not hear back. Just like one of those horrible romance novels you hear about, and it's like the mom's hiding the letters or something. I don't know what happened to the letters. Eventually, years went by and I finally heard from him 2 years later or something, and he got in trouble for contacting me, but it was like nothing had changed. Nothing had changed. But for those 2 years, I couldn't let go because I didn't get closure. I just held on to that. I got out of college thinking I was God's gift to man. I really did. I was like, I don't drink. I'm a virgin. I'm a Christian. I'm a this. I'm a that. I have a degree. I'm ready to go. I'm an actress. And going back to college, right, I had some times, I definitely kissed some boys, and there was definitely rumors about me doing stuff I didn't do, which is annoying, but I knew in the end of the day what I had and had not done, so I definitely stepped out into the world on a very high horse. And pride comes before the fall, and that was ripped right from under me very quickly. So 2013, I meet a guy at a wedding, of course, right? Where does every good story start? And I remember him coming up to me and being like, yeah, we would never work together. Of course, that's where it starts, right? So anyways, naturally, we start hanging out 24/7, right? Of course, because that's what happens. And all of the routine that I had had in all of school, right? You're in school your entire life. And all of a sudden it's gone. You have no routine. And like, I don't even remember what my first job was. Like, I didn't have the real routine of a job because I refused to get a 9 to 5. So I was working different like odd jobs. I became very good at that. But the gym became my routine. I was in the gym like 3 hours a day. And this guy introduced me to the gym at one point. So I was running like a madman. I started running 3-4 miles a day all through college, but I hurt my ankle because I started running 15 miles a day after college. And so I had to stop running. So I didn't know what to do. So I replaced it with the gym. So I was with this guy all the time. If I wasn't working, I was with him. I was learning to cook different ways like he did. I was working out in the gym like he did. All the things, I just kind of morphed. I was just like, I needed some structure, something to grab onto. And he was older and teaching me all these things and reintroducing me into my own hometown that I grew up in, but I hadn't been there for 4 years. So reintroducing me to like people I already knew and new people and all of this. And he was like big and vivacious and a big personality. And I loved him. I loved him to pieces, but I didn't feel super romantically towards him. So I continued this beautiful friendship, but I was scared and I was still in love with my ex from years ago. And as I had before mentioned, he was gone. Now, this new guy knew about him. I was clear about it from the get. Like, that's actually kind of one of the things we bonded over because he wanted someone he couldn't have and I wanted someone I couldn't have. But eventually, you know, we were together so much that he was like, I can't do this. I can't be with you as just a friend. And so I had to choose. And I didn't want to lose him. So I chose to be with him. And I fully freaked out. I went into like a comedic-phobic freak out. My whole face broke out. He was heartbroken. I was heartbroken that he was heartbroken. And then everything just turned into this big wild mess. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Wasn't a virgin anymore. And then I'd also, during this time, picked up a nice little habit called wine to cope with all of this. And now, when I talk to girls that have just gone through a breakup or in a new relationship, I make sure to say to them not to do what I did to this guy because I wasn't ready to go into another relationship. I should not have allowed another person's heart into my life without the closure from the first one. Now, I don't quite know how I was supposed to get that because I literally could not contact this guy. Maybe I should have spent some me time praying, getting over him. But I wasn't ready to go into a relationship. So that is the danger that you welcome into your life by going into a new relationship when you know you're not over your ex. And then once we finally stopped talking, I was now a non-virgin drinking wild animal, basically. And this is the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the biggest topics, one of the hard topics I want to address on this channel. Because when that happened, I felt like my worth was out the window. Because I had spent 20-something odd years putting my value and my worth as a woman and as a human in my virginity. So when it was gone, I thought I was worth nothing. I didn't feel like this beautiful angel that Jesus loves me. I felt broken. I felt like who's gonna want me? And I put myself in situations where I was welcoming hurt and pain because I also didn't understand how men treat non-virgins, which is very different. It's a whole nother episode. But I made this song, finally, when I got through it, called Innocence. And that is where my music career started. I didn't do it because I wanted to be a singer. In fact, I didn't think I could sing. I did it because I needed a release. I needed therapy. I needed to get these emotions out. So I wrote this song called Innocence. And the point of the song is that our innocence doesn't lie in the physical things that we've done. It lies in the fact that we are forgiven and loved by a good, good Father. And that who we are and our value lies in Him alone. Not in our money, our status, our virginity, our worth, our nothing. Our network, nothing. him. So this is my song called Innocence. Enjoy.